We are live. Uh, William, you want to start it off?
Yeah.
Start.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Rockin' with Rahul and the three Amigos. And we have our special guest, Josh. What's your last name?
My last name is Meere, spelled Meere.
We have a special guest named Josh Meere today on our show. Introduce yourself to the listeners.
Hi, I'm Josh. I'm 28 years old. I'm from Pennsylvania. I graduated from Montgomery County Community College. I believe 2020. I was in a band for a couple of years. Moved down to Florida for a couple of years. Moved back up. Work over in Malvern. I buy and sell electronics, new, used, sometimes broken. I guess in every sense of the word, I'm just a guy.
When
Well,
you
join
were, what uh, what did you graduate from Monca?
When did I, or what did I?
No, what did I? What was your major you graduated from Monca?
So my degree was sound recording and technology. Basically the gist of what I did during my time in Monco is I studied like sound recording and like the technology behind it, like microphones and audio stuff. Same thing with like mainly in like the realm of music, like music with bands and such like that, pretty much.
I think you might know Charlie. He was part of Monca Radio also. He's part of Monca Radio
Oh
and
yeah, Monco
still.
Radio, where music and minds meet.
That's right. My show's on every Monday night.
Charlie,
5 to 10.
I think you met Josh Muir a couple of times
Did I?
at
I
Monca.
I don't believe I don't. I mean, it's been like a while since I was at Monco, so most names and faces I unfortunately don't remember that much. I used to have a show myself, Amazing Obscura, where I basically just played like somewhat local artists and songs that aren't normally played on the radio, kind of deal.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I play. My show is called Charlie's Classics. And what I play is music from the mid 60s through the 70s and into the 80s.
Ooh,
And
nice.
so I play progressive rock. I play psychedelic rock. I play singer songwriter, Bob Dylan, Led Zeppelin, from the Beatles to the Yardbirds, for, pretty much. Um, so that's what I play. And the show gets repeated on Wednesday night at midnight, and then again on Saturdays from 5 to 10.
Pretty
The
cool.
show's repeated. So,
Question for Charles: what would you say is the best decade in music?
well, I'd have to say the 70s because even though I enjoy 60s music a lot, I, you know, the 70s seem to be a lot more polished. And, but then again, you had progressive rock, you had guys like the Moody Blues taking the concept of a day, breaking it down into seven pieces of music. And that's where you get Tuesday afternoon from, and uh,
Nights in White Satin.
Nights in White Satin, the whole Nights in White Satin, the verse and all.
Oh yeah, and then that whole thing at the end and everything. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, yeah. Breathe deep together in gloom, watch light fade from every. Yeah,
But no, that album was an absolute masterpiece.
yes, yes. Days of Future Past. Yeah, it it was excellent. And but you know what? I say that I know more about I know personally know more about 70s music than I do about 60s music. I have to do a lot of research on the 60s music sometimes. But then when I hit on somebody that I like or whatever, I learn a lot about them so that I could talk about them and play their music and all that. So, just like any disc jockey would, you know, any good disc jockey,
Oh, definitely.
you know. So what do you do, Josh? Oh, you just said you sell electronics?
Yeah, my current job right now is I work at a place called Paymore. Their entire gist is they buy electronics, new, used, sometimes broken, mainly on the consumer electronic side. Like, you got your iPhones, your iPads, laptops, desktops,
Wow.
Okay.
stuff
Where,
like that. What's up?
so where is your job located, if you don't mind me asking?
It's located in Malvern. If you want the specific address, 215 Lancaster Avenue, Malvern, PA, Lincoln Court Shopping Center. Same one as the Giant and I believe that's still a DMV there. I
Yeah,
actually,
PennDOT.
Well,
Oh,
what
PennDOT,
area
yeah.
do you live in?
Driver's license center. I work. Sometimes I get sent over there to work over there.
Oh, really? Okay, I got you.
Yeah, Raul's a PennDOT
Yeah,
man.
and Josh, if you don't mind me asking, where are you located at? Where do you live?
So where I'm located at, so I actually used to live my entire life over in King of Prussia, but when I moved back up to Pennsylvania from Florida, I actually live like way farther north, like up by Lansdale, like around Green Lane, I guess you could say, or by Telford.
After after Monco, what do you do after Monco?
So when I graduated Monco, like the whole pandemic hit and everything like that.
Right.
So I
Right.
ended up having like my capstone meeting like through Zoom like we have here. And then I think like shortly after my parents at the time they were on their way like moving down to Florida. So I decided, okay, why don't I move to a different state? Why don't I join them? So I did. We went all the way down to like near the southern tip, like nearby Naples. At the time, I was working at a hardware store on Marco Island. Um, and I was like, it's all right, I guess you could say. I have quite a few stories from there at that hardware store, but ultimately I was like, I don't like this weather. I don't I don't really like living here, so I decided, you know what? I think I should just go back to Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is my home. All my friends are there. And I in like 2022, like late 2022, I decided, just pack everything up, head back up north.
How is the lifestyle in Florida? Like, what would people do most of the time in Florida?
Run around naked. Do they do that?
Surprisingly, no.
I
Okay,
heard
so
the girls ran.
I'll be honest. I actually lived in like the more boring area, so I didn't have any people wrestling alligators or running around naked or anything like that.
Oh,
Sadly,
damn, you blew it. You blew it.
I didn't choose where I got to. I moved back in with my parents.
I know. I'm just kidding. Balls.
Did you see lots of alligators when you were living in Florida?
Lots of can you repeat the question one more time?
Alligators.
Actually, no alligators at all either. I assume alligators are like more on the central, like more centralized, not near the coastlines. I live nearby the coastlines, so I did see like a lot of snakes and lizards and stuff
Wow,
like that.
wow.
But no alligators or crocodiles, at least where I lived.
Hey, Josh,
What's up?
what was your major at Monco?
Sound recording and technology.
Oh, okay. That explains
So,
why you work in technology.
so do you? Are you still looking to get back into that field?
So my understanding of the field, so first off, I guess the pandemic kind of like messed it up a little bit.
Right.
I do know a lot of people tend to I mean there's like a couple avenues I can go. I can go independent like a recording artist. Nowadays though, it's a little bit tougher to get into something like that because like it's really easy. Like the barrier to entry is very easy compared to like even in like the 80s or so. Anyone can have like here, actually I can show you right now, but anyone can have a microphone you see right here. Anyone can have a audio interface right here. You don't even need just that. You can even just use like your iPhone or something like that. And anyone can record a song. Anyone can, and most people don't really like feel they need that expertise. The other hand, I could also go into live sound, go into like more corporate AV. I know that's a lot of work and a lot more like contract kind of work. So to answer your question, I'm still kind of considering it here and there.
Okay. Just remember, you don't want to get too far away from what you learned, you know.
Oh yeah.
But
so
that's
what?
the only advice I'll give you.
So who was your favorite professor you had for technology at Monco? Do you had any like who was your top 5 professors you liked at Monco? And what do you think about the best Matt Porter ever?
Well, Matt Porter's the best ever, but he wasn't my professor. So um honestly, I don't know if I'm not really a fan of like ranking professors. Um I will probably give a couple honorable mentions, ones that I do remember, like Dave Ivory, for example.
Oh yeah, he's a real
Very
professional.
Oh yeah, no, very real stand-up guy. I guess you could say somewhat stern. He had like a really good personality, and
He's
I
got
think
some
he's
Grammy awards too.
Oh yeah, he was a Grammy Award winner. I did see his like studio, like he took us on a field trip once to see like his studio, which was like right down the road. It was like very tightly packed, but also had like it felt like it had a lot of history to it. But yeah, there's Ivory. There was Michael Kelly as well. He was a pretty cool guy. On a superficial one, I do also kind of like his speech patterns. He does talk with a little bit of a list, but he also has like a good personality, just like Dave Ivory as well.
Do you remember Jerry Collum, Professor Collum?
I don't remember Jerry, unfortunately.
He worked for video production. He was a video production professor, and he worked uh, he worked in the TV production. Jerry Collum.
Funny how he died of a heart attack.
What was his last name? Can you spell it?
Jerry Collum, Collom. He had he used to do the script writing club, and he used to have a script writing class.
The name doesn't ring a bell, sadly. Was he the one with the glasses and everything, or?
Um,
No,
no,
you probably
he had white hair.
white hair.
He he used to do the like mime thing. There was a YouTube video he had where he used to act like a mime.
I didn't know that.
Nah, sorry. The name and the white hair doesn't ring a bell, sadly.
If I send you a picture, you would recognize him.
I mean, if you want to send me a picture, you're welcome to go ahead. I mean, I never took a script writing class though.
Let me show you a picture of him.
How you making out, William?
What?
How you
You
making out?
recognize him.
I'm making out just fine. Thank you for asking. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing okay.
Okay. Hey, who does Sixers play tonight again?
The Clippers.
Oh yeah, that's right. Paul George old team.
Josh, I texted you the picture.
It's a shame how Sixers haven't been having a great start to the season so far.
He's the guy in the white hair and holding the film thing.
Yeah, I haven't really heard much on. I haven't really caught myself up on like Philadelphia sports, like the Sixers recently. How you said they weren't having a good season? Was what's their record?
6.
Oh, Oh, okay. I recognize the professor now. Oh, okay. now that you sent me a picture, he rings a bell now. I don't see him very often compared to like the other professors, but I have seen him here and there. Okay, I remember now.
Yeah,
That's cool.
he passed away.
Yeah. He had a heart attack and just died on a Sunday evening, I think it was. Yeah. I mean, I knew of him. I used to wave to him because when I was doing my radio, when I was doing my radio show,
Mhm.
you know, when I'm there, nobody's there. I'm there from 5 to 10. Well, I used to see him walk up and down the aisle. When you know what I'm talking about, from
Yeah.
from one end to the other end. Yeah, and we used to chat every once in a while. But yeah, he seemed like a decent dude.
So, Josh, I know you used to play in a band, and you used to play. Was it the guitar?
I was bass guitar.
Um, what do you like about the bass guitar, and are you still in the band? And do you can you talk about the music music show you go to?
Um.
What kind of events you go to?
Oh yes, of course. So I kind of like the bass guitar, because does it sound
Keeps
kind
the
of
beat.
what's up?
It keeps the beat.
It does. It does. That's one of the things. I felt like it is kind of a silly opinion of me to have, but I feel like the bass is a little bit more important than the guitar because it is a very like kind of foundational instrument compared to like not as much as the drums. Obviously, definitely drums are one of the most like important parts in music in general, like a percussion or one that lays a beat and everything like that. But I feel like the bass is like it would be like kind of the number two. It's definitely a very underappreciated instrument.
Yeah.
As for what I used to do in the band, so I'm not in the band anymore, unfortunately. When I moved down to Florida in like around 2020, I decided, hey man, I fortunately am not able to make the commitment to stay in the band. Honestly, I haven't really kept in contact with those guys. I probably should give them a call recently, but yeah, no, we were mainly more of like a classic rock, much more leaning on stuff like the 60s kind of music, stuff like the Beatles. I know the guy who hello there.
Hey Gordon, it's Basil.
Finally.
Hey,
Basil, his name is Josh.
hello
Oh,
there.
why did it say Gordon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. I for some reason they wanted me to create an account, so I just use an alt account. So yeah, ignore this name right here. This is actually the name of like a video game character. I used like an alternative account. Says I don't really know what's I had to create an account for this to get into the call. Sorry.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. I said the first name I saw.
Basil, I took care of the introduction.
Awesome.
Before
Sorry,
you
I'm
came.
late, guys. My phone would not hold a charge.
You're good. You're
It's
good.
it's okay, Basil. No worries. I just got your text that you were coming.
So,
What was I saying? So, yeah, the music we normally played was like around like stuff like in the 60s and stuff like that. I know like our band leader, his name is Eli. He was a very big fan of the Beatles. If the Beatles fan club had ID cards, do they have ID cards? If they had ID cards, he would definitely be one of those people who would be carrying them. I know the drummer, a guy named Sean. He's a very huge fan of like the Beach Boys and stuff like that. So it was mainly like 60s, 70s music.
Yeah.
can you talk about some of the music shows you go to right
That
now?
I currently go to, or that I used to go to?
That you currently go to.
I think nowadays, I haven't really went to very many music shows recently. The most recent show I went to was this one in Philly. I forget what the name of the headliner was, but it was it's very different from like the 60s, 70s music I used to play. It's like more on like the metal end, more on like the alternative rock kind of end. I'm actually there's this one band I do follow. They're named Freeze MF. And me and my roommate, who was also an SRT major named Logan, actually know like the front man, Dominic. Really swell dude, really chill guy. Good vibes. Does a really nice mean scream too, or at least does that like really nice growly voice.
You need that.
He has a really good. Oh yeah, no, definitely. Like he has that stage presence too. He's just an overall like brilliant front man.
Oh, okay.
Basil, Josh, he did sound recording and technology at Monco, so he knows David Ivory and Michael Kelly.
How's it
Oh,
going?
that's awesome. Yeah, I was in the program. I completed it during COVID.
Oh yeah, same here.
Oh, nice. Do you know Quinn?
What's the last name?
I don't know. I just know I think he's even still there.
I think
something, isn't it? Sens or Sent or something like that?
I actually have no idea what his last name is.
There are a few guys. I think I might remember a Quinn. Some of the names are kind of mixed up. Like I do know a guy named Anthony who had like really long curly hair, was pretty good at the drums. There was another guy. He went by Tel R, the lyricist. Very silly, kind of out there dude. I remember a few other faces, but I don't have names to connect them to. Sadly, sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
It's a long time ago.
Josh, do you had someone named Jen Matlas from?
Oh yeah, Jen. I remember Jen. Okay. Oh yeah, Jen was cool. Jen was chill. So let me go back a little bit because we actually used to have a professor named Steve who was like a very stern guy. Had these glasses, like a beard, kept in a ponytail. Very stern, somewhat strict kind of dude. I remember doing well in his class, but I remember he was not super popular with students and stuff. But eventually, like one day, I don't have like any rumors or anything, but like eventually one day he just kind of like, I guess, went on sabbatical or something. And then Jen came on, and Jen was like really cool. Jen was awesome.
Yeah, she was.
So that teacher, that professor you were talking about, does he still work there since people are not super fans of him? Does he still work there, Monco, now?
As far as I know, I don't think he still works there. I remember like one of the things that were said about him that he actually did like the sound like AV for like Congress, like the House of Representatives and the Senate and stuff like that. But no, that's like a while ago. Oh, look, a cat.
This is Sally.
What do you like about Jen's teaching, Josh?
Like I said, it's been like a while since I did. I remember she was always very she was always very down to earth, very easy. She always was able to put stuff in like terms that were very easy to understand.
Very
like
cool.
A layman myself, yeah.
She was very, very cool.
Basil, did you had her?
Yeah, Jen was great.
I liked her a
lot.
lot.
A couple classes.
Does she still go? Is she still a professor there? Does she still teach?
She's not there at the present time, is she?
I think she is.
She's
got
back.
to be, because she was pretty new at the time.
Oh yeah, no. I was one of her first students.
Yeah, she taught us all Pro Tools. Right?
I remember Pro Tools, yeah.
Do you still use Pro Tools to this day?
I haven't used Pro Tools in a while. Funny thing about Pro Tools, when I initially had when I think it was like 2017 or so. I had to get. I remember it was like snowing really hard, and I know it was going to be like spring break. I think it was like a winter break, and I had to finish like this one project like a while ago, and we had to take our Pro Tools projects home to work on it. So I was like, okay, I can do this on my computer. Let's install it. Oh wait, my my system requirements don't work. So I ended up having to like, I went to Micro Center over in Berwyn, and I had to go, okay, I need a new motherboard, need a new processor, I need all that stuff. Okay, got all the boxes. Let's go home. Let's assemble it. So I assemble it and turn it on, and it doesn't turn on. Okay, great. I find out that some of the pins on the processor don't work, and there was a burning smell on the motherboard. I went through this whole song and dance to build a brand new PC. Some of the parts I still use to this day, by the way, to learn how to use, to be able to use Pro Tools at home. And it was like, ooh, that was great. Pro Tools is a wonderful program, and one of these days I will get a license. I will use it again one day. How about yourself? You still use Pro Tools?
I don't use it very much at all. The only time I really use it is if I'm like chopping up audio real quick, but most anything I do with music is all within Ableton. But like I guess if you're using like mixing boards and stuff, then you definitely want to use Pro Tools. But usually I just do everything on a mouse and keyboard.
I know a lot of people use Ableton and Logic. I know FL Studio, or I think they call it Fruity Loops now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
no,
used to be Fruity Loops and it still is, but people just say FL.
FL Studio. Oh yeah, no, I know that one's like used quite a bit, as well as Reaper as well.
Oh yeah.
I went to a convention in DC once, like a while back, and there was an entire they had like an entire panel where this one guy was just he had Reaper set up, and he just talked about how great it was for like an entire hour. It was wonderful. Like, oh, you can use the tracks for MIDI and audio at the same time, and then it costs $60, but you can use it or you can save it for later indefinitely. And you know, it was it was nice. I might use Reaper one of these days, but
It sounds pretty good actually.
I mean, no, Reaper is an amazing program. I haven't really used it that much myself though.
Couple of questions for you.
Of course.
So yesterday was a big day in America. It was the election, so and lots of people are sad. So what do you think
Raul, I hate to
about
interrupt. Are you sure you want to talk about this? Because because it could be a Trump supporter that could listen to this.
Yeah, just watch your mouth, Ravel. But it is
Yeah,
after 10, so it's technically at after our
Yes, I
show.
was just trying to help. I thought,
Yeah. So what do you think about the thing, Josh, yesterday?
It was very interesting to see. Yeah, I'm also gonna try and watch my words on this stuff. I do remember. Oh, I remember the entire day. So I woke up first thing in the morning, tie my shoes, lace accidentally, it kind of like rips in half accidentally. Oof. Drive up to the polling place. They told me about like this local proposition and stuff like that, where they were gonna make like rebuild a community center for about like $3 million and stuff like that, some like local legislation. Get in line. Line was out the door. It was at this local church, and line was out the door. And despite the line being rather long, it went by pretty quickly. Go in, get my ballot. Okay, this one. Put my ballot in this machine, and then I'm out the door, and then I'm on my way to work. Are we also talking about the results, or are we talking about just that election day?
Result and election night. What do you think about the result and election night?
Yeah, anything. Yeah.
I was kind of surprised at the result. I was expecting things to turn out notably differently, I guess you could say. I was very surprised at the numbers and stuff like that. I know I probably stayed up till like 11:30 with a couple of friends and be like, oh, this happened, and then oh, this happened, and then oh, this happened. And yes, I am being a little bit intentionally vague here, but I also do remember like waking up this morning and one of my friends being a little bit upset about the results. especially. So I chatted with them on Instagram for a little bit and everything like that. And
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
really upset about the results. I can't believe that so many people could be. I don't know. I should watch what I say too. I guess I'm supposed to watch what I say when it comes to politics, but it really it got me thinking. Got me thinking. That's all I'm going to say at the present time, William.
Yeah.
It's just a shame how torn apart some people in the nation are, and they just say like, you can unfriend me if you voted for Trump, and I get it, but what do you don't want to talk to anybody that voted for Trump anymore? I
um,
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, no, on Instagram, a lot of my friends kind of did make a lot of those kinds of posts like, oh, if you voted for this guy, if you voted for Trump or third party, please block me and never interact with me again. I honestly I do understand the sentiment to an extent. Um
Yeah, yeah. If you've been friends with someone for years, that can cause a friendship between an argument.
My friend, my best friend, we've been best friends for 60 freaking years. Okay. He's a he's a Republican. I was a Republican at one time, but he's a Republican, and he's all in with everything that's going on. And we cannot talk about politics at all, because if we do, it's going to end up into an argument. And we haven't gotten into a fight in all the years I've known him. In the 60 years that we've been friends, we haven't been into a fight. And I said to him, all this shit isn't worth losing a friendship over. You know, that's why you got to pick and choose your words, because you have until you find out where you are and what's going on and who the people are and whatnot. You gotta walk on eggshells somewhat. Yeah, I agree.
Um, Josh, can you talk about some of those drawings behind you? Did
um
you drew that?
no, I didn't draw any of these, no. So I used to go to some conventions a lot. Some of the signatures you see here are from like several voice actors, like video games and stuff, like the guy from Halo and the guy from Like a Dragon, and this guy right here. I met this one guy who did like a bunch of like pen drawings kind of deal. Um, he was a very swell guy. He had like a you buy 2 drawings, get 4 for free. And I was with a friend at the time, so you know what, both of us just kind of picked stuff out, and then like we picked like 2 each, and then we split the cost, which was pretty nice. So yeah, I kind of have like a little wall of
So you go to that conventions sometime?
here and there, yeah. Mainly with like some friends. Like I've been to a couple like conventions in Illinois where I have a lot of friends there.
That's good. It's good to be
Um,
diversified.
so um, so this Sunday, Eagles are playing Dallas on Sunday Night Football.
Very nice.
What do you guys think about the up, upcoming game for the Eagles? And
they
Dak
haven't won at home in
and Dak Prescott is out for a couple of weeks.
Who's taking his place?
Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush. The Eagles haven't won a game in Dallas for over 7 years. How insane is that?
Well, here's hoping this Sunday changes that.
I hope it will. Let's do it for the veterans.
Yeah. Do it
Yeah,
for the
Veterans
veterans.
Day.
I think Eagles gonna win for first time since 7 years in Dallas.
Now, you said that last week. You said the Eagles were going to win.
And they
And we
did.
well, yeah, but you know what? The way they were that coached, the way that game was coached, they shouldn't have won the game. Just
I
for
think-
fucking stupid shit. You never take points off the board. Never. Ever.
Yeah, you're
ever.
totally right. Yeah,
I
we
think
got the
off
field
the
goal,
board.
and then they said, "Oh, it's a penalty," and then we went for two for no reason,
I think
and then they
Nick,
didn't get it.
with Nick Sirianni's decision sometime, I think it's
They backfire.
it's pulling away from Eagles being really great. So I think someone else should do the play calling instead of Nick.
I'll call the
He doesn't do
play.
the play calling. He just does the fourth down play.
He doesn't, and that push. First of all, I don't consider that a football play. You know, at one time you weren't allowed to aid the runner across the goal line.
Oh, hold
But-
on, Charlie. Are you Eagles fan or not?
Well, I guess I am an Eagles fan, kind of, sort of. Since my wife is, I like the 49ers, but I haven't really been watching any football lately. I've had a lot of shit going on, but
No, I agree. The tush push it seems a little cheap, but
Yeah.
they've been stopping it recently.
yeah.
Certain
And you know
teams.
what? I don't know why they don't ever do this. They all line up in that tush push, and you see how the defense squeezes down.
Yeah.
If he got the ball and the one guy on the left side just rolled out into the end zone, he'd take the ball and just back up 2 steps and hit him for a touchdown. Or
That's a good idea.
You know?
And plus, Embiid is kind of dumb for shoving the reporter in the locker room.
I think he
Why-
did it on purpose so he could sit out for longer.
Yeah. So he doesn't have to play during the season because he's one of those guys that considers himself so good that he's only best when he's in the playoffs.
I can't believe MB did that to a reporter. That is crazy.
It's because the reporter said something about his family.
Yeah, I
So-
saw what the reporter said. The reporter put out a statement that was like, Joel Embiid, 10 years in Philadelphia, has come this close and done this good thing. And then they randomly were like, and his brother, who was murdered when in his first year in the NBA. Like, it was totally random. Like, I don't know exactly how he said it, but he just did not need to say anything about his brother.
Is it on YouTube with him and the reporter?
Yeah,
No, I couldn't find it.
if I was a reporter, there's one thing that I would do. I would keep myself away from talking about people's families. You know,
I mean,
talk
these
about
reporters
people's
are,
families.
I don't know how they think of these questions.
Well, you know what? I heard this one reporter says to Aaron Judge, this is before he hit the home run when he was struggling at the plate. And I felt bad for him. I really did. I mean, seeing him struggle. Anyhow, the guy came up to him and said to him, do you feel, how do you feel that, no, but something about letting your team down. How does it feel to be letting your team down? And I'm thinking to myself, I had to turn around and say, you know what? GFY. Think about, I'll just as far as I'm going to go with it. But there's what the hell was I talking about? Never mind.
Aaron Judge.
Oh, Aaron Judge. Oh, that's right. Yeah, the guy asked him that question, and Aaron Judge looked real stoic for it seemed like forever. He just looked straight ahead, like he was trying to think of a good way of saying, what he did say. I mean, he's a stand-up guy, Aaron Judge. And
You said GFUY? Wide S?
no. These three, no. Never, no.
I was gonna say that's
I don't
not
want
very
to
Aaron Judge of him.
those three letters were coming from me.
Oh, I thought so.
Yeah.
Josh,
So,
last two questions before we wrap it up. first question is any plans for Veterans Day coming up? Since Veterans Day is on Monday, any plans for Veterans Day coming up?
Oh dang! I actually didn't know Veterans Day was on Monday. Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I completely forgot about it.
yeah, because since I work for PennDOT, we have off this Saturday because of Veterans Day falling on Monday. Because we work Tuesday to Saturday, so Saturday we are off. So, any plans for Veterans Day for you?
Uh yeah, I guess I'll find out next Sunday, or at least at the end of this week. When my boss gives us a schedule and tells us, "Hey guys, we're gonna have Veterans Day off! Yay!" I honestly, I'm not sure. That's either a day I work or a day I just kind of sit around and do nothing.
That's what I'll be doing. Nothing.
And Josh,
What's up?
how many days a week do you work at your job?
I work 5 days a week. Sunday is the consistent day off, and then I usually get my schedule on Sunday. Usually, like somewhere another like day at the beginning of the week is when I also have another day off.
Okay, so you work Monday through Friday then?
So
Sunday,
not Monday through Friday. I work on Saturdays. If anything,
Oh.
Saturdays are probably the most consistent day of the week for me.
Okay.
Like I would say Monday through Saturday with like a day off somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
And another question for you is, with since Thanksgiving is coming up, what are you thankful for, and what is your favorite Thanksgiving food?
All right. Well, I've been thinking about this quite a bit recently. So my birthday was recently on the last day of October. So I was kind of thinking about that, like, what am I thankful for, and stuff like that. And so
you were born on Halloween?
Halloween 1996.
Okay, go
Um,
continue.
What's up?
No, go ahead, continue. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I was kind of thinking about this one day after my lunch break one day. And I guess you could say, honestly, I'm thankful that I have a lot of friends, a lot of really awesome friends from all over. I'm thankful that thankful that I have a job that I really like with coworkers that I also really like. I also have this one. Don't tell my boss this, but I'm also thankful that I get paid fairly well. I'm thankful that I also get to live in a state that I like living in. And yeah, I'm thankful that I have a lot of cool things I'm looking forward to as well. As for my favorite Thanksgiving food, I always love my mom's dinner rolls, like the
Yeah,
little croissant rolls that
right.
are always there. I always end up having like, I always feel like I have like more of that than the Thanksgiving turkey. Although Thanksgiving turkey is pretty good as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the stuffing and mashed potatoes and yeah,
Yeah, I like the stuffing also.
And cranberry sauce.
yeah. But those rolls, I know you're talking about because you eat them and they taste real buttery,
Oh yeah.
you know. And I mean, you don't even need to put butter on them. But yeah, they're really really good, really good.
Yeah, like nice soft interior.
Yeah,
Has It's not crunchy, but it feels like it has like the right amount of crunch
Yeah.
for like those
It-
rolls.
it's the perfect roll. As rolls are concerned, it's the perfect roll.
In 2 weeks, we're gonna have a special Thanksgiving edition on Rockin' with Rahul. So
Yeah.
everyone, stay tuned for that.
Yeah. Well, I'm planning on going out the night before Thanksgiving with friends, maybe in Phoenixville. I'm planning on doing that, honestly.
Yeah, the special Thanksgiving edition is November 20th.
Oh, it's November 20th?
Yeah,
Oh, so it's the week before that. I thought it
Yeah.
was the day before that.
no.
Bro, are you doing anything the day before Thanksgiving, that Wednesday night?
No, we're
The
not
num-
gonna do the show that week.
Okay.
We'll just do the show November 20th.
that
Special
that night is
Thanksgiving, special Thanksgiving edition.
Okay. Is there any guests going to be on that show?
Um, Probably. I will let you know.
Yeah, because I text my one friend Haley this afternoon to see if she wants to be on the show on the 20th, but she hasn't gotten back to me yet about it.
Okay.
Yeah, when I wished her happy birthday today.
Josh, do you have any advice for uh, like people all around about like any positive, like if they're upset, sad, or anything? Or do you have any positive influence for college student graduating or and getting their degree in their field? Uh, what's your advice for all of them?
Ooh, so I'm not sure if I'm the best qualified to give positive advice. I do know, especially just November, like the vibes in like the fall and November tend to be very kind of down low, tend to be kind of negative. Especially myself. I actually one of my best friends is actually he's on his way getting his master's in engineering in Virginia. He's struggling a lot as well. So I guess I guess the only thing I have to say for the viewers at home is I guess there will always be a little bit of hope out there. So I guess do your best, do what you can, and don't give up.
Here, here.
Here.
Yeah, I like
Excellent.
that.
Excellent.
I like that.
I like that too.
Very good, Josh.
Basil or William, you wanna do the closing statement?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for listening for another episode of Rock and Roll and the Three Amigos. Please remember to click and subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and be sure to catch moncoradio.com for our show every Friday at 11 p.m. Thank you for listening. Have a good week, everyone. Thank you. Have a good weekend. See you all next week.
Josh, you wanna give a shout out to the listeners and Matt Porter?
Yo, what's up, guys? It's me, Josh Meere with Rockn with Rahul with the Three Amigos. Let's go. Shout out to Matt Porter. Shout out to Monco Radio where music and minds meet. Shout out to the folks. Shout out to the folks in Philadelphia. Shout out to the folks on Montgomery County as well as Bucks County. Shout out to I've ran out of people to shout out to. Shout out to my mom and my friends in Illinois, my friends in Texas, my friends in Virginia and Pennsylvania.
Okay, that's it. That's it. Now we're cutting you off there. You're right there.
Okay, thank you for being a guest on our show, and we'll see everyone next Wednesday. And please watch this. If you want to see a recap of the show, you can catch us on YouTube. It's going to be live on YouTube. It's going to be on YouTube, so you can see a recap of this. So have a good night, everyone. Go Eagles and
And
go
it was nice
Sixers
meeting
tonight.
you, Josh. Nice
Go
Thanks for
meeting.
having me.
Sixers tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks
Okay.
for coming on the show, man.
Now everybody go home and go to bed.
Yeah.
Now, all right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
See you later.
Good night, everyone.
Are you
Good night. See you. See you.
okay?